The EFF has called for action against companies and municipalities that are defaulting on pension fund contributions for workers. The party says private security companies are in arrears of 6 billion rand, while municipalities are in arrears of 1 billion rand. Our parliamentary correspondent Bulelani Phillip sat down with EFF MP Sinawo Tambo in our SABC Parliamentary studios.
Good day and a warm welcome from our SABC Parliamentary studios where we are going to be discussing the effect of this month's decision to implement the two-pot system. Of course, there's been a lot of people who have been complaining about the taxation of the two-pot system, but the EFF, on the other hand, is saying that this doesn't necessarily benefit the workers, but the insurance companies. EFF National Spokesperson Sinawo Tambo now joins me here in studio. Good day, sir, and thank you so much for making time to us. Firstly, are you opposed to this two-pot system?
Absolutely not. Look, as the EFF, we had supported the two-pot system as a necessary tax reform, where people should be able to access portions of their pensions to be able to alleviate the immediate challenges confronting them in their lives. We know the high cost of living in South Africa due to the repo rate, and hopefully it will be cut this afternoon by the Reserve Bank and the Monetary Policy Committee, which is high. Our people are in high levels of debt for car and home repayment loans. So the two-pot system was a pension reform method to help our people sort of resolve the immediate challenges so that they can continue living or trying to live their day-to-day lives. But what we've come to realize is that there are three major challenges confronting this process. Number one is the non-compliance of employers of paying towards these pension funds. Those pension funds are empty, so the pension reform that we're supporting is not effective because people have not been paying towards their pensions, but they've been deducting them from workers. Number two and three, SARS and the insurance companies seems to be the ones who are going to benefit the most from the implementation of the pension fund reform that we're talking about, the two-pot system, because SARS is going to generate high levels of revenue from taxation, which I don't think, and we raised this in the Standing Committee of Finance a couple of days ago, that there was not enough public education on the tax implications of the two-pot system. So workers think they'll be getting, for example, a maximum of 30,000, whereas they'll be taxed and then they'll receive about 19,000 if we use the calculator that SARS has put up on its website. And of course, insurance companies as well are making major profits from these withdrawals. So it seems to not be having the intended effect we're supposed to have, and this is the concern that we raised in the Standing Committee of Finance as well.
What would you like to see differently?
Look, we would like to see a process where the commitment to public financial education and awareness is made to ensure that workers understand the implications of this decision on a tax level, and as well as how it's going to impact their future savings as well. A lot of our people are anxious and uneasy because we saw during the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of people pass away without having access to their retirement funds. So a lot of people are basing this decision on living in the here and now. So we'd like our people to be made aware of the tax implications of this, how much SARS is going to generate revenue from this, and SARS as well must be responsible and not claim an easy victory of declaring that they've generated millions of or billions of revenue in tax recovery when this is on the back of pension funds of workers. But secondly, of course, we have written to the Speaker of the National Assembly saying that there must be an ad hoc committee to investigate pension fund theft that amounts to about 7 billion rand by private security companies and local government municipalities, which is the most concerning part for us as well. So workers are going to try and withdraw their pensions and find they're not there. It's already happening. And responses they're going to get is that they don't qualify for withdrawals. The system is down. There's some complications, technically or otherwise. But the truth of the matter is that their employers have not been paying those pensions. And a lot of people have been coming to the EFF.
But do you have evidence to support that claim?
Absolutely. So our EFF Labour Desk has received complaints for more than 246 companies, private security companies, that have not been helping workers. We've got more than 4,000 names of people who have come to us and complained as well. But let's leave the evidence of the EFF as an activist movement. The Financial Sector Conduct Authority has released 2 consecutive reports in September 2023 and this year in March 2024, that outlines that more than 170 municipalities are in arrears on their pension funds to the tune of 1 billion, and more than 2,200 private security companies are in arrears to the tune of 6 billion. So it's not only us, the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, the regulator of the sphere, has declared this crisis as well. Most recently, the pension funds adjudicator has joined the fight, raising an alarm, a bit too late in our understanding, but necessary nonetheless, that there's 82% of caseload in her office of non-compliance with this as well. And I can even give you a case study. I mean, there's the pension fund administrator for the 26 billion of the municipal employees pension fund has been mismanaged by a fund administrator called Akani, that has, through its group chairperson, used its control of that pension fund administrator to sell the land of its own to the very same municipal pension fund that it is managing. So these are the types of collusions that we as the EFF are calling for this ad hoc committee, should it be passed, to establish as well, to investigate as well.